What's poppin', my J dolls? And I'm back with another video. Before we get into this video, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe and ring that bell. You guys, we're on the road to 3,000 subscribers, so don't play with us because we ain't never been one of them. And if you ain't subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. It's free 99. And if you still don't subscribe, you a hater. Take that with your mama, because why she raised you like that? Period. So you guys, today I'm going to tell you guys how I rebuilt my relationship with food. So first of all, if you're new here, you guys, I used to be 326 pounds. I've lost 158 pounds, okay? I'm going to put a before picture here, and I'm going to put an after picture here, okay, you guys? So I have been maintaining now for over 2 years. I'm like 2 years and 2 months. So I'm going to tell you guys how I rebuilt a better relationship with food. So I used to be a really bad emotional eater. I used to be very much addicted to food, and I think people don't really understand how hard it is to break addiction to food. I am a certified weight loss coach, so if you want to book with me one-on-one coaching to understand how to fix your relationship with food, how to break food addiction, make sure you click the link in the description box and you book a free consultation call with me on my website, okay? I also have an ebook if you want some ideas on what to eat. I have created a whole ebook called Meal Prep for the Busy Baddie, okay? All right, I know we work very long hours, we hustle and bustle, we do a lot of things in life, so I created an ebook for women that live a busy life, that maybe cannot afford one-on-one coaching, but they want to do some work on their own, and they need ideas of what to eat because they feel that healthy eating is boring, which it's not, babes. It's you. You're boring. It's not the healthy eating. It's you. You're not coming up with ideas. So I got ideas for you. But anyways, you guys, literally before I had lost weight, I literally coped food. So when I was sad, I would eat food. When I was happy, I would eat food. A lot of times all day I'm thinking about food. Not saying now I don't think about food, because I still think about food. I just choose healthier, better options that don't affect my health in a negative way. So before, when I had a bad day, I would be like, oh my gosh, I had a really bad day. Let me go get some Chipotle. I loved Chipotle. It was my life. I was addicted to Chipotle. I ate Chipotle every single day of the week. Like, I was a creature of habit. If I liked something, I'm going to eat it every day. I would eat cereal every morning. I will eat Chipotle every evening. And if I wasn't eating cereal in the morning, I was at Starbucks getting a frap and eating a sandwich. So I literally was always eating out, and always thinking about food, and always thinking about something sweet to go with my savory and watch my show. And so I spent a lot of time eating. When I had a bad day, when I was happy, I would go out, celebrate, go to dinners with my friends. Everything was food. Like, my hobbies was food. If I'm going out of town, it was food. It was never like activities like, oh, I want to go and sightsee, or I want to go on rides, or oh, I want to go to this aquarium. Like, no, it was like, I want to go to Miami to go eat and drink. Like, I want to go to London to like eat extravagant food. Like, it was never like, I want to go see these sites, I want to go to this historical place, I want to go. Like, it was never that. It was all about food. So for me, it was hard for me not to think about food. So I'm gonna break down, how did my journey go. So you guys, I was 326 pounds. I had decided to want to get into a weight loss program, and weight loss program saved my life. And this is why I am a coach, you guys, because if I didn't have a weight loss program, I would have never been able to do it on my own. Like, I had attempted so many times to lose weight on my own, and I would always fail because I would do extreme measures that I could not keep up with, and I would do fad diets, and I would try to exercise every day. I would try to do things that just wasn't working for me. So I ended up getting in this weight loss management center, and I ended up getting a nutritionist. Now, right away, they were like, okay, like, do you want to have surgery? Like, you should get surgery. Like, my doctor was highly recommend, like, you need surgery, you need weight loss surgery. She's been telling me that since I was in junior high school. But I was like, yeah, I'll fill out the paperwork, and I never would. So I finally filled out the paperwork, and then when I went to the weight loss management, I told them, hey, I want to try to lose weight on my own first. Like, before having weight loss surgery, I'm interested in having it, but I want to lose weight on my own. I want to prove that I can do it. So my nutritionist was like, okay, let's start here. Like, let's start cutting down. If you eat out at Chipotle, for example, if you eat out there every single day, and then you also eat out other places the other parts of your day, like if you're having, I was eating out 3 times a day sometimes 2, but sometimes 3, y'all. I would be going to Starbucks in the morning, I would go for sure to Chipotle and eat like in the evening before I got home, and then I would have lunch somewhere at the mall because I used to work in retail. So I was super busy. So I get the lifestyle of being busy, feeling like you can't think about your food, feeling like there's bad food around you, all that type of stuff. I get it. So that's the life that I was living, y'all. And my nutritionist was like, how about we just cut it down to you eating out at Chipotle 7 days a week in the evening, and then the other 2 times you eat from home. And I'm like, oh, that's it? Like, that felt so easy and natural for me. I'm like, that's it? I can do that. So we did that for some time. And I was really like excelling at that. And I would say the reason why I was excelling at that is I'm a teacher's pet girly. Okay. If somebody's watching me, I feel like I have to do my best. Even at jobs, when I've had corporate jobs, even when I was on my weight loss journey, I needed to be the best at everything I did. And if I had to come back and tell my nutritionist, no, I actually still ate out 3 times Monday, and you told me once, I didn't want to look a fool. I cared about how I was perceived. Okay, you guys, I went to college. I was very much a teacher's pet. Like, I like to do what I couldn't do my best at, right? So I'm an overachiever, let's just say. So once I knew someone was watching me, I knew I had to show up or I would be embarrassed, right? So at that time, she slowly did that, and then she slowly brought it down more. Like, okay, how about you actually, you're eating out 7 times in a week at Chipotle. How about you eat half of that bowl and you save the other half for the next day? And then you do the same thing. So now you're not eating a bowl of Chipotle every day. You're eating half a bowl of Chipotle every day. And then now, can we knock that down? We did that for a couple weeks. Now can we knock that down to only eating Chipotle 3 times in a week? So it became so like consumable for me to be able to keep up with this lifestyle. So it started to become easier for me. So I really just paid attention to limiting my time eating out, because my addiction around food was eating out. And I had a lot of other problems, but my biggest problem that was causing me major weight gain was eating out. And so that's how I tackled that. So I learned how to have a better relationship with food by tackling first, understanding what I was addicted to. I had to really come to terms that I am addicted to eating out, right? And then making small adjustments to that, and not just eliminating it like, oh no, this is bad, I can never have it. That is where your relationship with food goes left, because you think it's bad, you can never have it. And then now you're looking at food in a negative way. And so when you have it, you start feeling guilty. And then you start saying, well, I already messed up. I've already had bad food. Let me just give up. And that's where everybody messes up, is giving up, because having a relationship with food is not about eliminating food. It's about finding balance with your food. Finding balance with the things that you love and the things that are good for you. And being able to be consistent, because consistency, everyone says this, but it is key. Like, you can't just be healthy for 1 month and expect, just because you were healthy for 1 month out of 12 months in a year, that you're going to be healthy and lose weight. That's not how it works. But if you were healthy consistently, right, once a week for 12 months, you're going to lose weight. It is evident. Right? Like, you don't have to do it every day, but even if you were healthy, let's say half of the time every week, you're going to see some type of results from it. So you're going to see some type of change. And that is the thing, is people want to fast track it, and then that causes them a problem with their relationship with food, because now they see food as bad and food as good instead of seeing food as balance. We need everything, because if we just go to one extreme to the next, we're going to have a poor relationship with food. So that's what I had to learn, you guys, is having balance, right? Also, with my relationship with food, because I had to have that balance, especially with eating out, I started to learn how to tell myself no. I also started to learn how to order my food. So although I started to go to Chipotle, I was at 3 times a week. Once I got to 3 times a week was when it got the hardest to be like, now I really just need to get this down 2 times a week. Like, that was the hardest factor for me. And I've seen that even with clients I work with. Once you get down to that 3, it's like you are at the hardest peak of your journey. So I had to start learning like how to order the salad at Chipotle instead of having extra rice. You guys, when I used to order Chipotle, it wasn't like I'm just having a normal Chipotle bowl. I would ask for double rice, extra sour cream, extra cheese, like extra. Learn about it. Or I used to, baby, my meal was a real big bag meal, baby. Like, it was not giving light rice or whatever. I had to start learning to order light rice. Actually, oh, no, that's too much rice. I had to start learning how to have salad, you know. So the way that I built a better relationship was really just identifying what my relationship even was with food. A lot of people don't even know what their relationship is. So understand your relationship with food. Then understand how you can slowly reduce, slowly adjust so that you can eventually eliminate. Take your time and understand this is a progress thing and not a perfection thing. And be graceful with yourself. Stop being hard on yourself, because I learned when I stopped being so hard on myself, I stopped feeling like a failure and I stopped giving up so much. So if you just continuously give up, how do you feel like you can grow? So that's what I had to learn. Is like, this is a marathon, not a race. It's going to take me time. So I started to really build those habits. And as you start lowering your eating out and all these type of things, you start to realize you don't need a lot of the things that you want. You start to not even crave those things because you have slowly lowered your intake. You have replaced with other things. That's another thing, you guys. I learned, well, if I'm eating Chipotle, that means I like tacos. I like Mexican food. I like this. Let me make a healthier version. What is that? Maybe with ground turkey. Maybe with low carb tortillas. Maybe with Greek yogurt instead of sour cream. Y'all, still to this day, if I go to Chipotle, and I have Greek yogurt at home, plain Greek yogurt, I will not get the sour cream, and I will use the plain Greek yogurt at home. So small adjustments really just help your mindset. I also had to do the mental work, because obviously this strategic work is actually psychological more than anything. But I also had to start figuring out my relationship with food. Writing, how did I feel about food? What was my relationship with food? I had to start reading books like about my attachment style, about how I ate, how I lived. I started amusing myself and immersing myself in YouTube content. I realized when you're on a journey of any sort, if it's changing your relationship with food, if it's changing your finances, anything you're changing, you have to make that about your whole life. So you guys, I naturally had lost 50 pounds from going through my weight loss center of just adjusting what I was eating and having a better relationship with food. And then I decided to have VSG, which is weight loss surgery. And when I had weight loss surgery for 4 weeks straight, technically I would say 2 months, right? Because 2 weeks straight I was on a liquid diet. That takes determination. That teaches you how to be disciplined. Like, some people cheat on it. I did not cheat on it, because they told me if you eat food, you might get your liver cut up. You might get your liver cut up because, baby, it might be enlarged and we might snip it. And I said, baby, food ain't worth my life. And honestly, if food is worth your life at that time of the surgery, and I know a lot of people have done it, that's when you have to really sit with yourself and think how food is controlling you, how you need to break your food addiction, how you need to admit that you have a food addiction. So anyhow, I had to recognize I had a food addiction. So when I went through all those methods and I was already changing my diet, I already lost 50 pounds before I had weight loss surgery, I was prepared for my 2 weeks of liquid diet. So I did my 2 weeks of liquid diet, and it kind of really showed me how much I thought about food. If you ever go on a detox, I always have all my clients do a detox at least once in their journey. And this is not for weight loss, and not a detox, but a fast. Actually, let's replace that. I usually have all my my clients do a fast, and this is not for weight loss. This is for mental and spiritual reasons, because once you take out food, especially even for a day, even when you can't eat for a day and you're only having protein shakes, or even if you can't eat for 2 days, you're going to realize how much we think about food and how much food really controls our lives. And you'll start being like, whoa, like this is scary, you guys. When I was 2 weeks of my liquid diet, all I kept watching was mukbangs. All I could think about was other people eating. And that's when I truly realized that I have a problem, right? It's all about learning that you have a problem and figuring out how to navigate the problem. And what I ended up realizing is, after I had detox and fast for that, I also had to be on a pureed stage, and I also had to like not eat chicken for a while. So it started to change my taste buds, and the fact that I started to take certain things out of my diet slowly, to the fact that I didn't even want them anymore. And that is what naturally happens to a lot of people. Even one of my clients, when she started switching how she was eating, and she lost 35 pounds. I'll put a picture here. Every time she would try to eat something outside of what she normally eats, something that was too greasy, something that was too sweet, she would feel sick after. Like, you would literally feel like you have the itis, and having the itis is feeling sick. A lot of people like to glorify the itis, like, oh, that food was so good, I got the itis. No, it probably spiked up your blood sugar levels, your sugar levels, and that is why you feel tired, you feel groggy, you feel like you want to go to bed. That's not a good sign. So once you progressively like adjust your eating, figure out what your actual problem is, it's a better relationship with food. So that's what I did, you guys. I literally had to admit my relationship. I had to slowly change it. I had to understand what I was doing and why I was doing it. And I think that is what made me be successful in my weight loss journey, and even in my maintenance journey, is I had to be understanding. I had to have conversations. And this is also what I teach my clients, is how to have conversations with yourself. Because when you have an addiction, it's so easy to say, let me just grab it. Let me just get it. Let me not even think about it. But once you start thinking about it, it's like, do I need this? Can I have this a different day? Or is this going to be my cheat item for the week? When you start having to talk to yourself about food, you will start realizing how crazy it sounds, how crazy you look, how crazy the relationship you have with food is. And then you'll start to build discipline of how to tell yourself no, even when you want to tell yourself yes. How to never limit yourself, in the sense of saying you can never have something, but finding balance. I think discipline is all about balance, because then you can have it sometimes, but sometimes you can't have it. You know, when you eliminate it fully, it's like you're not really disciplined, because you don't have to think about it. You can just not have it, right? Until you can't no more, until your mind starts saying, oh, I can't do this no more. But when you have to say yes or no to something, and you have choice, when you have choice and you still choose the right thing, that is when discipline comes in. When you have choice and you can choose a routine and choose a schedule and stick to what you say you're gonna do, is discipline. So that's what I had to learn. And like I said, everything doesn't happen overnight. My whole journey has been before even weight loss surgery, before 2.5 years ago. It started when I even started losing weight naturally. So it was a 3.5 year journey. Okay. And it's still a journey to this day. I still have to have conversations with myself. I still have to have routine. I still have to have schedules, you know, and I still have to have minimums, like a minimum at least to get to the gym once a week. No excuses. A minimum of not eating out more than twice a week. No excuses, like unless I'm on vacation or out of town, right? So when you have rules and regulations for yourself, that is where you have a better relationship with food. When you're trying to fully restrict yourself in the sense of, no, I can never have it. No, I can't. That's terrible for you. Never going to eat that ever again. Now, there's some things I just personally don't like, or feel like it's not worth my calories or worth my health, which crumble cookie is one of those. I'm not going to say I never will eat it, but I haven't had crumble cookie in years, because A, I don't think it's that good, and B, I don't think it's worth the sugar intake. Just for me personally, I just don't think it's really that great for me to want to have it, you know? But it's not like if someone had a crumble cookie and say, hey, have a piece of this, that I'm like, oh no, I can never have it. No, I never, there's nothing I can say I never can have. And that is the thing about balance. And that's how I became healthier, and I had a healthier relationship with food, because I never say never. I never say I can never have this. Maybe I might be like, okay, well, I already ate out a couple times this week. I'm going to have to kindly decline your offer to go out to eat. Or maybe next week, let's choose another day. Or maybe let's go to Sweet Green instead. Or whatever. Like, I know what I've had that week. I know my limits. And I know if I'm hungry, not to deprive myself too, because I get hungry very frequently even after VSG. A lot of people don't understand weight loss surgery, but weight loss surgery can only do so much. You have to keep it up. You have to have a better relationship with your food, period, because you can eat several times a day. You can eat junk food like no other. You can eat ice cream. You can eat muffins, babes. I done ate a muffin about the size of this. Okay, you can eat a lot of things. So it's all about building your relationship with food and having a better mindset. It's all mindset. So if you need help on your mindset, help breaking your food addiction, make sure you click the link in my description box and sign up for a free consultation call with me, and I will help you on your journey of weight loss. It is a 3-month weight loss program that really will transform your life, and not just your body, but your mind and your soul. Like, it is life-changing. But make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.